Yeah, I think so. I think that the point that we got on the road against Colorado was huge. I think after a couple of bad defeats, you sometimes just have to stop the bleeding, and I think that's what we did on Saturday or Friday. It was a really, strong effort by everybody. Everybody put in the defensive work that was asked, and we stopped a good team that plays especially good at home, and with the trophy on the line and 4 games lost, it really was good to see that we were able to perform like that. And now it's time, now we're going to move on to this game. We have one more game to kind of, continue that, improve off of what we did against Colorado, and see if we can add some offensive spark. And it'll be great to have, everybody healthy and really go into the playoffs with a full strength squad.
Sí, es importantísimo, ¿no? Sobre todo que los dos estén sanos, ¿no? Y que tengan quizá la posibilidad de jugar 90 minutos para ya después pensar solamente en los playoffs. Sabemos que va a ser un partido difícil en el medio campo, así que vamos a necesitar de cada uno de ellos, ¿no? Hay muchos chicos que vienen haciendo un gran trabajo, pero sabemos lo importante que son Will, Ned y Kyle para nosotros en la mitad de la cancha, así que esperemos tenerlos el sábado con nosotros.
Well, it's definitely a huge match. Champions League implications. Hopefully we can solidify that third spot and get that important Champions League, competition next year. But our goal last weekend was to go in there and get a shutout, and I think boys worked their butts off and got it done. And now we're back at home, and our next result here is going to be huge. And I think that we need to start. I think we've been starting to focus on the playoffs, and even though it's one game at a time, but we're working each 90 minutes to get better for the playoffs for the first round. So it's going to be difficult, depending on what Portland does Wednesday night or Thursday night. It'll whether they need to definitely come in here and get 3 points, and it's going to be a challenge. It won't be a walkover at all.
Sí, el partido anterior fue importante para nosotros. Nosotros veníamos de una mala racha, entonces lo más importante era sumar, ¿no? En Colorado, y sobre todo de la manera que lo hicimos. Más allá de que quizás no hicimos un gran partido futbolístico, creo que el equipo se mostró muy sólido, muy solidario, entonces eso nos da mucha confianza. Nosotros sabemos que si logramos mantener el cero en nuestro arco somos muy importantes, ¿no? A la hora de convertir, así que esperemos hacerlo este partido en casa con Portland, ¿no? Sabemos que va a ser muy difícil, pero trataremos de hacerlo mejor para lograr los 3 puntos el sábado.
Well, I think for us, we have something to play for, and even if we didn't, like I said, our fans deserve winning performances, and anytime we come out, and that doesn't matter if it's a friendly game that doesn't mean anything, or a game that's for a trophy. So we got to be ready to play, and we will be. And I think on Portland's side, they're led by a coach that has a strong character, and he's going to have his players ready to play, no matter if it's for the playoffs, without the playoffs. So it's going to be a team that's going to come to fight and come to try and win this game. So we have to make sure that we're up for it, which I'm sure we will be, and be ready for a tough match, no matter where anybody sits in the standings.
Es de la mejor manera que estoy, ¿no? Porque la verdad mentalmente hoy por hoy estoy muy bien, estoy feliz de haber vuelto a jugar. Pero físicamente la verdad que se hizo complicado, ¿no? Se hizo más duro de lo que pensé, pero me vinieron bien estos 2 últimos partidos que jugué 90 minutos, me va a venir bien el partido del sábado, y espero poder seguir mejorando cada partido para poder estar ya al 100% para los playoffs. Eso es lo más importante para mí hoy por hoy.
Well, we would love to, but another linchpin that's not there is Kyle. So at the beginning of the year, we had everybody healthy and playing at the same time. And then, throughout the season, you had Javier's injury, Ned's been out, national call-ups with Kyle. So I think with Javier back now, and, we'd love to have Kyle, to have that, the top, 6-7 guys back in midfield, trying to fight for that, 4 starting spots. But, it's been great having Javier back, and you know, it's going to be. We're still working out the kinks. We're not all on the same level right now. We're still, you know, almost like a new preseason for us and getting everybody back together. But you know, I think within, you know, this game coming up, and then between now and the next playoff game, I think a nice good week of practice should help us.
Sí, sí, nosotros sabemos que ellos van a venir a buscar los 3 puntos porque es importantísimo para ellos por el hecho de que les puede dar la posibilidad de entrar a los playoffs, pero nosotros tampoco nos podemos relajar. Sabemos que tenemos a Dallas pisándonos los talones, así que tenemos que hacer un gran partido para poder entrar terceros, ¿no? en nuestra conferencia y bueno, después ya definir con Seattle, pero sabemos que el partido del sábado va a ser importante para los dos.
Well, you know, Spenny's going to come in here, and you know, whether they have a chance to make the playoffs or not, they're not going to want to end the season on a losing note, and he's going to, you know, instill that into his team, and they're going to fight for him. And I think, you know, we have to watch out for Kenny Cooper. He's been scoring a lot recently, and you know, he's been doing great for them. So, you know, it's, you know, hopefully it'll, you know, make it as difficult as possible for them, and you know, hopefully in turn for us it'll be a little bit easier for us. But you know, nothing's a given. You know, we want to end our last regular season game with a win, and going to the playoffs with a little bit of, you know, a little bit of high. And you know, if we can take care of business on Saturday, it'll help us.
I think after losing 4 games in a row, it was very important for us to come out against Colorado and get that shutout. I think everybody on the team brought their A game defensively, and I think that's really important moving forward into the playoffs.